Samurai is a very fun melee DPS class that I would say not very hard to learn, but very difficult to master, and of course to channel our inner weebs. In this guide, I will explain some rule of thumbs of the slow samurai rotation, which is preferred by most top players, and show the rotation to you directly with commentary, so you can understand it way better. This is Aylaveen, and this is the slow samurai rotation guide. Here's some rule of thumb in playing slow samurai. Number 1. Keep your buff Fuka and Fugetsu up at all times. This should occur naturally through doing your Gekko and Kasha combo or executing them under Meikyo Shisui. Fuka grants you 13% more attack speed, while Fugetsu grants you 13% more damage. Number 2. Outside of opener, use Meikyo Shisui only for Gekko and Kasha and not Yukikaze. This is because in order to execute Gekko and Kasha, it requires 2 GCD, while Yukikaze only 1. That's why using Meikyo for Gekko and Kasha is preferred than using it for Yukikaze. Number 3. With 2.15 GCD, use Yukikaze and consume the sticker with Hagakure after odd minute window burst. This is because in full up time, you will realize that you will be 2 GCD behind for your Tsubame Gaishi to be up for your 2 minute burst window. That's why you will need 2 filler GCDs to even that out, which is Hakaze to Yukikaze and eliminate the Sen with Hagakure and fill the gauge. Different GCD speed will require more or less GCD fillers. Number 4. Your 2 positionals are Gekko from the rear and Kasha from the side. Use True North whenever you are unable to do positionals due to mechanics. I usually like to pre-position myself by default on the rear and immediately move to the side after I execute my Gekko. Number 5. Don't overcap your Kenki gauge. Use Shinten for single target spender and Q10 if it's 3 or more targets. I usually like to spend my gauge when I hit around 80 to 90, since every Sen gives you 10 gauge. Number 6. Use Iki Shoten and Sene on cooldown. This is because Iki Shoten allows you to execute Ogi Namikiri, which is your hardest hitting GCD, but when you use Iki Shoten, make sure not to overcap your Kenki gauge since it gives 50 Kenki points. While Sene is your hardest hitting OGCD skill, and both has a 2-minute cooldown. That's why you also need to align these 2 skills with the party rate buff. Number 7. Use Shoha whenever it's available for single target and Shoha 2 for 3 or more targets. Shoha is generated from Iaijutsu, like Madare and Ikamana, Ogi Namikiri, and Meditation. Here's 2 bonus rule of thumb that doesn't immediately affect your rotation, but it's pretty important for you to understand if you want to play Samurai on higher end content. Number 8. Use Third Eye whenever you take damage and it's available. Third Eye gives you 10 Kenki points when you get hit under its effect. So the more you use it, the better your damage output will be. It also reduces damage taken by 10% for a single hit. Number 9. Use Meditation whenever there's a downtime during a fight. Meditation is an important part of Samurai, as it generates Kenki and Shoha points. But you can only use it in combat, and it's channeling so you cannot hit. That's why you only want to use it whenever there's a downtime, which doesn't happen much unless you're doing a high-end content like Savage or Ultimates.